He will yell at you every day.
Yeah, let's wind down for Sam's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Wiff Draft. We're here live at Barrel's Tap House. Here's everybody in attendance. They're going to give you a wave and a hello. Everybody's being so quiet. The atmosphere was just electric here live at Barrel's Tap House, and we're so excited to get Season 4 underway for the Wiff League here in St. Louis, Missouri. We have a lot of draft picks that are going to be happening in these first 3 rounds. There's had over 30 rookies that have registered for the draft. Will they all get picked? We won't know until it gets started here. I'm going to hand it off first to Cam Smith, our commissioner, to get us started for the 2024 Wiff Draft.
Hey, I've been wanting to fill Josh Rogers' shoes for a while, so thank you guys. All kidding aside, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Season 4 is looking to be our best yet. I'm very excited. Excited to get this season underway. We're about a month away. With that being said, the Purge are on the clock. Here you go.
And the Purge are on the clock. It is round 1. Round 1 here. We're going to get going.
I'd like to say hi and thanks, and we are excited with having the number 1 pick in this year's draft. The player we're looking to draft is what we would consider one of the best young talents in the game. And at 23 years old, he started up his own wiffle ball league and has ran it for a while and done a great job with it. The guy the Purge are taking with the number 1 overall pick is Patrick Baumann.
Patrick Baumann, your first pick in the Season 4 Wiff Draft. Patrick Baumann, obviously the commissioner of the NWA Wiffle Ball League, also just outside of St. Louis. He attended the NWLA tournament and completed a top 8 finish in their first year. And Patrick Baumann, definitely a talent on both sides of the ball. Recently, the players in NWA actually voted him the number 1 player in their league. So commissioner and number 1 player. Welcome to the league, Patrick Baumann. We're excited to see your future in Wiff. All right, and that brings up the Kings. They're now on the clock. The Kings will be on the clock. The Kings are a brand new team here for Wiff, and they are going to have their work cut out for them. They really want to make sure that they do a fantastic job making a splash here in Wiff as a first year. Captain Nick Bone pays homage to his father's team, and the Kings are going to hopefully continue that winning success. Recently, we had our division draw, and they will be in the same division as the Archers, Mojo, and the Mambas that will make up division number 1. So the Kings will be with the Mambas, Mojo, and the Archers. It's going to be a tough division indeed. There is no easy division here in Wiff. In the other side of the schedule, we have the Melonheads, Thunderbirds, Bombers, and Purge. So very excited to get this one going. Not sure if Nick Bone, who should be on the clock soon, not sure if there's a timer to count down on this thing. Still thinking about a first pick. It is the first ever draft pick that we've had, and it looks like the pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. Pick is in. Here's Nick Bone for the first ever pick for the Kings.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the 2nd overall pick in the 2024 Wiff Draft, the Wiff Kings would like to select Jacob Keller.
Jacob Keller is your selection for the Kings, the first ever franchise selection for a rookie for the Kings franchise. An exciting one for the Kings to get started as they begin in Season 4, a brand new franchise for Wiff. On the clock is the Thunderbirds, the T-Birds, as they're called, from Greece, in Greece fame. I know that's one of the reasons why Andrew Nichols picked this was the Thunderbirds. So congratulations. He loves musicals. So we'll bring him up when he's ready for the Thunderbirds. But so far we have Jacob Keller for the Kings and obviously Patrick Baumann for the Purge. 2 great picks. Excited to see already the future of what's going to happen. The pick looks in here. We're going to bring up to the podium.
Shut up, I'm about to pick.
Thunderbirds captain Andrew Nichols.
All right, with the third pick, the Thunderbirds will select Spencer Foss.
And Spencer, you are here. You are the first person that is here in person live at Barrel's Tap House. That is going to be selected by the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds had the second best overall record in the regular season. You're one of the few people, I believe, that showed up to the rookie first, to the spring training. So showing your skill set, talk about what it means to be drafted third overall into a team that's been very successful the past couple of years.
Man, it feels super good. I'm super excited. I'm really here to help us win another championship. This was the right pick.
Excitement is high here for the Wiff draft. Jake Keller picked at number 2, relatively unknown. And you have the Purge picking someone, Patrick Ballman, who has all the experience in the world. Spencer Foss, not too much experience really, but definitely showed his prowess pitching in the 80s. If he can control that, he would be great. No football, just baseball up until college. Definitely a baseball swing that definitely will convert. Thunderbirds need somebody on both sides of the ball that can really make an impact early, and Spencer Foss could be that guy. Excited to see his career. Next up on the clock is the Bombers. Bombers are the 2-time champions, first 2 years of the Wiff League in Season 1 and Season 2. Spencer Foss knew it. His captain, Andrew Nichols, is looking to get back to that championship form. So, excited to see who the Bombers pick here. Bombers have had relatively the same roster throughout, a core roster for that championship squad. They have 2 young players on their squad that they've added this past year, and they're excited to see who they can draft to kind of round out their roster. Looks like the pick is in. Cam Smith talking in the back. Looks like he was headed to the podium. Cam Smith is a 2-time champion in the league, not only our commissioner as well, but also a former ranked player on the drop list. One of the best pitchers in Wiff history, and one of the best pitchers in Missouri, period. Maybe the pick was not in, folks. I apologize. Pick looks now in. Here he comes to the podium, Mr. Cam Smith. The pick is in for the Bombers.
Yeah, I bet, Paul. Love to see it, man. Everybody hates him. He won twice, right? All right, with the 4th pick in the 2024 Wiff draft, the Bombers select Johnny Gunn. That name's gonna look good on these jerseys, baby. Love them all. Johnny, come on up here. Sam, I'll ask you some questions, baby.
Johnny Gunn in attendance here. And Johnny, you actually play in the NWA League, not far away. And your brother also plays as well, correct? And, you have a lot of friends that play on big. Pat went number 1. You're going number 4. Does that hold a little chip on your shoulder a little bit that somebody from NWA? Or does Pat deserve the number 1 and you're going to prove yourself here?
Pat's crazy. I mean, if anything, being picked at the same draft, Pat is just an honor, so... Yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you in the league, Johnny. Thanks for being here live at Barrel's Tap House. Thanks, Johnny. Johnny Gunn is here. Johnny recently also ranked in the NWA player voting, the top 10. I believe he came in at number 8 on the list. Johnny Gunn is a pitcher in his own right, has played in lots of different wiffle ball around Missouri and also around the country. So excited to have Johnny Gunn in the league. And if we've seen one thing from Cam, is he can form and mold pitchers into what they can be in this fast pitch realm. It's exciting to see how Johnny will develop as a cut ball fast pitch pitcher in Wiff. All right, on the clock now is the Mambas. The Mambas are Captain Cole Layton, and they have a great core with them. James Dutton was second place in Rookie of the Year last year in the Rookie of the Year voting behind Caleb Schweiger. Had a fantastic year on the mound. You also have Ryan O'Rear, one of the best two-way players in the league, high in a lot of hitting categories for the Mambas in the history of Wiff the past 3 seasons, and he didn't even play in Season 1. So having Ryan O'Rear having James Dutton, Alex Eggert's one of the fan favorites, Parker Bunch. This core is tight here for the Mambas. They need to find somebody that can round out that roster. Obviously, they have their pitchers. They have their number 1 pitcher, James Dutton. They have their number 2 pitcher in Ryan O'Rear. And even Cole can come in and sling it a little bit when needed. So with Cole Layton as a number 3 pitcher, will he try to draft an arm here, or will he get some backup hitting and develop his hitting prowess even more? It's exciting here. Here comes pick number 5. Cole is looking around. Oh my gosh. He is in the back talking to a rookie, traveling around, looking around, and looks like the pick is in. Ladies and gentlemen, pick is in. Here comes Mr. Cole Layton of the Mambas. And here comes the next pick in the Mo Wiff player draft.
With the 5th overall pick in the 2024 draft, the Mambas are selecting Michael Daub.
Michael Daub has been picked, ladies and gentlemen. Love this pick, Michael. It's great to see you. You know, you've played a lot of wiffle ball in your time already in your short career so far, or early career, I should say. NWA, you played in SWBL fall ball as well. You've also played at the NWLA tournament. You have that fast pitch experience. What's it going to be like coming to this cup ball team on a team that already has established players on the mound? They got established players at the plate. Takes the pressure off you. So what's it going to be? What's going to take for the Mambas to finally get a playoff series win? Are you the answer?
I can't speak to that. I don't know about their history or anything. I'm just excited to play with good players. Playing with good players makes you a better player. So I'm just excited to get going and get some more experience.
Well, congratulations, Michael. Very good. The Mambas, top 5 pick. Mambas have had a lot of success getting to the playoffs. It's about getting to that next level. Michael Daub is a player, I believe, that can make that next step for them. Definitely a pitcher in his own right. Can hit, played in the SWBL fall ball tournament, has played in the NWLA tournament, has that fast pitch experience. They finished in the top 8 last year in NWLA. Now it's about transferring it here to Mo Wiff. On the clock now, we actually have a trade, ladies and gentlemen. A trade is in for this pick. The Kings had this pick, and they have traded it to the Mo Wiff Mojo. And the Mo Wiff Mojo, the pick is in. Captain Doug Meyer is here for the Mojo to make the first pick in a trade from the Kings. The Mojo will trade. I'll talk about the trade details afterwards. We'll get to the podium. Here's Doug Meyer.
All right, listen up. 6th pick, first round, 2024 draft. Mojo selects Connor Jaso.
Connor Jaso, a pick. Connor Jaso, a pick. Obviously, probably the most decorated wiffle ball player, even though he's one of the most youngest wiffle ball players on this list of all these draftees. Mojo have a lot of part-time players adding to that resume as well, adding Connor Jaso. Doug Meyer bringing Deskivy, also bringing in Connor Jaso. Is going to be a big 1-2 punch if they can get him here a lot. Connor Jaso is going to be pitching in Mid-Atlantic Wiffle Ball League. He pitches in with TC35 down in Texas. He has gone to NWA tournaments and pitched for WWW, has played all over the country. This is a good get for the Mo Wiff League. This is bringing in those stars again to play in this league. Going to be exciting to see how Connor does. This is Connor's bread and butter. He is a clean ball pitcher, don't get me wrong. He's one of those pure clean ball pitchers that can pitch it very well. He pitches mid to high 90s. It's going to be exciting to see what his future will be as cup ball, develop as a cup ball player for not only Mo Wiff and the Mojo, but even his United Wiffle Ball experiences that he will have and into Mid-Atlantic as well. Congratulations, Connor Jaso, joining the Mo Wiff Mojo. And hopefully if Doug Meyer can prove his Manager of the Year again, it can continue down the line of placing those players together and picking the part-time players and picking a plan in place to get the Mojo back to the championship that they haven't been to since season 1. All right. Next up on the clock, we have the Purge. Actually, we have the Purge for the next 3 picks, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard me. The next 3 picks are the Purge. Will they try to wheel and deal some of these picks? They only have 2 more roster spots. They picked Pat Ballman. That gives them at 6. They have 2 more roster spots on their squad. So will they try to trade one early? And I apologize, folks. They have the next 4 picks. So he really could trade the next 2 if he's comfortable that his players won't get picked. You know Tom wants to make sure he fills his roster. This is it for the Purge. They're trying to kind of get some deals. I'll show you the crowd here live at Barrel's Tap House. And so far, let's go through the picks here. The Purge picking up Pat Ballman, Kings with Jay Keller, Thunderbirds Spencer Foss, the Bombers with Johnny Dunn, Mambas Michael Dobb. The Kings traded to the Mojo and got Connor Jasso. Mojo get Connor Jasso. The Kings actually received the Mojo first-round pick. Yes, remember, it's the first-round pick from 2025. So it's a great future that the Kings have here, getting another first-round pick. Might be at the end, might be at the beginning. We'll have to see how the Mojo season does. Might have some news here coming out from this pick.
Hit on the audience.
I need money.
Been a great time here live at Barrel's Tap House. We thank them for sponsoring the MoWiff Season 4 draft. Seems like down the line we can hear the murmurs, we can hear the rumors, but it seems like Tom's going to take these first 2 picks. He wants to make sure he gets his guys here. He wants to make sure he rounds out his roster. You never know what something might happen. Somebody might see his draft board, make a steal here. He doesn't want to make a deal. He's made plenty of deals so far the past couple years, got him in a great position to really make a push for the playoffs in their first year as a franchise. And the pick is in. I see Tom making his way to the podium. Here comes again the second pick for the Purge. Here comes Captain Tom Wilkerson.
Okay, so we have this number 7 pick in this year's draft, in the 2024 draft, and we're going to take a guy at 35 years old that sits in the mid-80s, has about 5 years of experience, and his name is Grant Miller. Grant Miller.
Like the Grant Miller? I had to clarify, folks, to make sure it wasn't the Grant Miller, but let's chat about Grant Miller a little bit. Grant Miller is a 35 years old, like myself, college baseball pitcher, 10-plus years softball experience, have a couple years experience with wiffle ball as well. It's been a few years since he played, but a young 35 indeed. We're excited to see mid-80s, as you heard. Played shortstop as well, so he's got that arm to get it across the diamond. Tom Wilkerson knows what he's doing getting this college baseball player. A lot of times that college baseball will translate a lot of times more in this fast pitch realm. So we're excited to see this Grant Miller, not the Grant Miller of MLW, KWL National Championship fame, but will this Grant Miller bring the Purge not only to their first playoff berth, but maybe into that championship and beyond. So excited to see what this Grant Miller can do. Grant Miller is like royalty name here in wiffle ball realm. So without it being the Grant Miller from Kalamazoo, this should be exciting to see what another Grant Miller can do for the MoWiff Purge. We're back at it, back at the podium. The pick is in. We're back again for the final pick for the MoWiff Purge to round out their roster.
This is our final pick. It's the final pick of the first round, and Purge are going to take Matt Eisenbeiss.
Matt Eisenbeiss, that brings me to Eisenbeiss the Sailor. Reminds me of that song. But Eisenbeiss, he's going to be a part-time player, just hearing words down the line as well. So for Tom Wilkerson, having this part-time player, having Caleb Schweigert as a part-time player, Matt Eisenbeiss will also join as a part-time. You're picking next? And so Matt Eisenbeiss is excited to see the Purge roster has officially been rounded out. That is 2 teams that have completed to the new rule, which is 8 on the roster. So 2 teams have completed their rosters of 8. You will see no more Mojo picks. You will see no more Purge picks. These are the 2 teams run by 2 great managers that really want to make sure they fill the void, make sure they fill all those spots, and put their teams in the best positions to win. So excited to see Doug Meyer, excited to see Tom Wilkerson end their rosters, and now their spring training can begin as they head into season 4. On the clock for us is the MoWiff Bombers. the Bombers still have a few picks here. You know, I feel like we're going to start seeing a lot of lower, not as many picks happening. But on the clock, the pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. We should have music done. Bing, bang. You know, the pick is in. Cam Smith will head to the podium soon to make his next selection. Could be his final selection, and in my opinion, might be his final selection here. He has Johnny Gunn under his belt already. Johnny is in person here at the Mo-Wiff draft. There are some rumors on who the Bombers will pick here. I kind of have a feeling who it might be. Don't want to make any guesses. Dominic Sitrowski comes to mind. Ethan Weiner comes to mind. There's a lot of names on this list that I think Cam might be thinking about. Another one, Trent Steffes on this list with a lot of fast pitch experience, not only at NWLA United Wiffle, but also in fast pitch leagues in Minnesota. Could this happen for one of them here? Here comes Cam Smith to the podium for his next pick. The boost
Everybody
commence.
hates a winner. Oh, yeah. I won 2, though. Okay. All right. I didn't know I picked this. The Bombers' second-round pick. We are very excited to have a 2015 national champion in Ethan Weiner.
Ethan Weiner, a good pickup for Cam Smith, the other player that showed up to the spring training draft as well. Spring training, draft event that we have for all the rookies. Ethan Weiner coming in, he played with Cam Smith and Cooper Ruckel and Cole Layton on the Mo-Wiff Classic team where they got second place. So exciting to see him fly down. Apparently Ethan Weiner is going to be here quite a bit for the Bombers. He's planning on being here to support the team. It's going to be great to have Ethan. He's actually nominated for National Wiffletarian of the Year. So a National Wiffletarian of the Year nominee coming to Mo-Wiff to play. These are the stars we want to get to Mo-Wiff to make sure the league grows. He's very well known in the viral routes for the media side and also his play on the field in Mid-Atlantic and much more. We'll pan to the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. We possibly have a trade situation happening. You see the captains, Commissioner Cam Smith, wrapping it up. The trade rule is, they all have to vote on trades now. The trade is off, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind. The trade is off. What a development. The trade was almost set in stone. It just didn't have the signature on the paper. We almost had the Archers trade up to take this Mamba spot. Mambas are essentially skipping now their draft pick. And I assume the Thunderbirds are going to be on the clock. I just called them in. The Mambas are skipping their pick. Looks like the Mambas' day is done on the draft as well. We'll bring back up to the podium. If I can find it here. Mr. Andrew Nichols to the podium to make his second pick of the draft.
All right, everybody shut up again. Thank you. With this pick, I don't even know what pick we're in, but here's this. I'm going to pick Dominic Strikowski.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
Love the pick. Love this pick as well. Dominic Strikowski is one of the better known players. The Strikowski name, I feel like. The gun name, the Strikowski name, the Dobb name. All names that we know from the NWLA League. Dominic Strikowski played also in the SWBL Fall Ball Tournament as well. Dominic was a two-way player and pitching a little bit less from what I've been hearing, but has played in countless local tournaments and also went with Michael Dobb to the NWLA tournament in 2023, and where they finished 8th place in a very well-established tournament. So exciting to see what all those NWA, I believe those are the 4 NWA players that were registered for the draft, and all 4 have been selected. So it's exciting to see what's going to be their roles on these teams, what's going to be their availability on these teams. Are they all part-time players? Will they be full-time? If they are full-time players, this is where it's going to be really interesting because they add that wiffle ball experience to these teams that they've played longer than some of these players have been rostered on some of these teams. So exciting to see that as well. So the Thunderbirds making that pick, Dom Citrowski. Welcome to the Mo-Wiff League. The Mojo obviously skipping their pick. This is the first chance for the Archers. This is a new chance for Captain Rory Rank to make his stamp. This is his first big decision as, captain. I know he made a lot of free agency moves, bringing in Tony Cochran, bringing in Jay Rich as well. They are a loaded roster already with Jordan Smith, the 2-time reigning MVP, Triple Crown winner, 2-time Cy Wiffle, 2-time Yellow Slugger, whatever they call a Silver Slugger. But, they have a loaded roster already. Will they add somebody that could be hey, this is an injury possibility, we need somebody to fill in. It's a part-time guy that we have if somebody can't make it one week. They have the means to do it. Will Rory pull the trigger, though, on one of these roster spots? That's the question. The Archers are on the clock. Then you got to believe the Kings are going to be skipping their pick because they skipped another one before. Purge and Kings after that, skipping their pick. We'll see if the Bombers pick after that. But after that, we've really hit where all of these teams are going to be skipping. There's basically only 3 teams left in this draft. The Archers, the Bombers, and the Melonheads with the very last pick. They made so many trades that the only pick the Melonheads have is the 3rd round, the last pick. So yes, the 8th pick of the 3rd round is the only pick the Melonheads have. Jason Worstenholm, you see him in the back of the room pacing, wondering if it's going to make that pick. Looks like the pick is in. And the pick is in. We'll head on to the podium where Rory Rank will make his first pick as the as the captain of the Archers. Rory, take it away.
All right, the Archers will be selecting Brad Sterneman.
Brad Sterneman, and from his bio that we have on Brad, I'll read it straight as what he says. With your wiffle ball experience, I've got some, maybe a lot, IDK. So 33-year-old Brad, congratulations. Welcome to the league. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe Rory has a team of experienced players, wants to mold them to what they could be. It's a chance for him to say, hey, may not get a lot of playing time up front, but if somebody can't be there one day, if we're up or down by a lot, and I expect that there will be some games the Archers will be up by quite a bit, so might be able to switch out and give some playing time to other people. So Brad Sterneman, make your mark on a team that is already well established and try to get that championship over the hump for Rory Rank and Jordan Smith in the Mo-Wiff League. You got to believe there's not many picks left. The Bombers have a pick here if they're going to use it. The Archers and Melonheads also have a pick. Melonheads are shaking their head like they're going to. Bombers are out. We'll see if the Archers are in. Well, the pick is in again, and he could have stayed on the podium because here comes Rory Rank again. Back-to-back picks for the Archers.
With the second pick for the Archers in the 2024 draft, the Archers are going to select Evansville, Illinois great Mark Sterneman.
Never heard of it.
Welcome to the Mo-Wiff, Mark Sterneman.
He's got his whole family on his team.
Well, it makes a lot of sense to have Brad Sterneman and Mark Sterneman. Mark, 57 years old, played competitive fast pitch wiffle ball 30 years ago. Rory might have a connection here, might know him as well. So this could be something that they can use these 2 roster spots to add some depth to a team that may not get a lot of playing time at the beginning, like we said, but it's a family affair with Mark and Brad, and hopefully they continue that down the line. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more pick. What they say, Mr. Irrelevant, sometimes that could happen. But will Mr. Irrelevant make a big impact for the defending champions? Here is the pick is in indeed, and coming to the podium, your champion captain of 2023, with his new ring on, Mr. Jason Worstenholm. Jason, final pick of
With
the
the
Mo Whiff.
final pick of the 2024 rookie draft, the Melonheads select Aiden Russell.
Aiden Russell is your final pick. Let me get all this set up here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll break down the roster spots as we go along. But Aiden Russell, I'll read his bio for you a little bit. No professional experience for wiffle ball, but has been playing wiffle ball since the age of 5. Aiden Russell is 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard that correctly. 15 years old, becoming the youngest player in Mo Whiff currently. So 15-year-old player for Jason Worstenholm. Exciting to see what will happen. You know, he's on a team of champions. We just signed Ryan Brown back to the team. Spencer Bogad coming back. You know, this team is built to last. Sam Eichenlaub, the only one not returning from the championship roster. They have a small roster, but will Aiden Russell get some playing time on this team, especially on times when maybe Spencer Bogad won't be in attendance or Ryan Brown can't make it in. So, the draft is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is complete. If you are a rookie that has not been drafted, you will roll over into undrafted free agency. You're not out of the woods yet. There's a lot of roster spots still open. If you are interested in a part-time role, if you're interested in saying, hey, if you sign me to your roster, I don't expect to get a lot of playing time. If there is a time of cleanup situation you want to put me in, sign me to your team. I'll be loyal to your team. You're on that team for 2 years. Let the team decide if they want to keep you on the second year. You're not out of the woods yet. Please come and contact those captains. Reach out to Commissioner Cam Smith and see if you still want to be a part of this league. Don't shy away. We'd love to have as many people as possible still come out and be a part of the Mo Whiff League. Draft night is over. We'll go through the list here and break it down a little bit for you. First round, we had pretty much every pick in the first round except for the final pick, only because the Purge couldn't use it. So first pick in the first round, Pat Ballman, exceptional player, going to be possibly, you look at this rookie class, he might be the shoe-in favorite for Rookie of the Year, both sides of the ball. Exceptional hitter, exceptional pitcher. It's exciting to see what he can do with a cut ball coming up in Season 4. Then the Kings with Jake Heller, relatively unknown to most of us, but not unknown to Nick Bone. That's the key here. Not unknown to Nick Bone. Could Nick Bone have a diamond in the rough here at number 2 that nobody else knew about? Thunderbirds getting Spencer Voss. You knew he was going to happen early on. He was the best, him and Ethan Weiner being the 2 players that showed up in the spring training event, and Spencer Voss put on a show. You knew he was going to be drafted in the first round. It was just a matter of where. Thunderbirds taking advantage of a player that is already committed to the cause. Number 4 draft pick from the Bombers, Johnny Gunn. Johnny Gunn coming under Cam's wing is going to be exciting for him. It's going to be him to develop his pitching prowess on the mound. I shouldn't say on the mound, I should say on the flat surface at the Catch-22 Miracle Field. But Johnny Gunn, and then back-to-back NWA picks, Michael Dobb going to the Mambas. I like this pick for the Mambas. The Mambas pick with Michael Dobb adds to their already amazing chemistry that the Mambas have. Ryan O'Rear, great guy. Alex Eggert, great guy. Gonna push. This Michael Dobb pick was great for the Mambas. Then you bring up the trade. Mojo and the Kings make a trade. The Kings get the first round pick of the Mojo next year. So wherever the Mojo will finish, the Kings will take over that one. And then Connor Jaso picked by the Mojo. Special guest in the booth?
I was just going to say, another draft is passed, and now you can get picked.
Oh, no.
Hit my speech all worked out.
Oh, my. Were you on the list?
Ages.
Oh, well, no, not every, but I did say undrafted free agency begins now, folks. So any rookie.
I was in a limited role, but if the Archers pick Cochran, I'd be rocking.
Very good indeed here live at Barrel's Tap House. You never know what you hear here on the camera. All right, and then after that, we have the Purge pick up the next 2 picks. Exciting to see what these 2 picks will amount to for the Purge. Grant Miller, not the Grant Miller of MLW KWL fame, but hoping to make his own fame here in the Mo Whiff tournament. And then Matt Eisenbeis will round out the Purge roster. again, there's going to be a couple part-time players on the Purge roster, Matt Eisenbeis being one of those. Caleb Schweigert's the Rookie of the Year, considered somewhat of a part-time player, going to get here as many times as he can, but will not be here every week for the Purge, so having to fill that roster, Tom Wilkerson will put the best roster he can out on the field every week, so it's going to be exciting to see after the first round how all of these first-rounders make that immediate impact. I'm going to combine the second and third rounds because there were only 3 picks made in the second round, 2 picks made in the third. You had Ethan Weiner picked up by the Bombers, Dom Sutrowski picked up by the Thunderbirds, the Archers picking up Brad Stinneman, and then Mark Stinneman back-to-back, and then Aiden Russell, the 15-year-old, hopefully phenom that Jason Worsonholm has found for the Melonheads. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here for the Mo Wiff Player Draft live at Barrels Tap House. We thank you for joining us here at Live at Barrels Tap House on YouTube, on Facebook. We will see you March 28th for opening night of Mo Wiff Season 4. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of attention on social media for all these draft picks. Some previews coming out on the podcast. Stay tuned. Probably no closing from Cam Smith because he's, talking in the back to his players. So I'm just going to wrap this up and get out of here. We want to thank all of the players for coming to the draft. If you're watching live, thank you for joining us. If you didn't get drafted, remember you roll over to undrafted free agency. All the spouses in attendance. We want to thank all our waitresses at Live at Barrels Tap House here as well. All the captains for showing up and everybody else in attendance. Thanks for joining us for Season 4. The first-year player draft is complete for Mo Wiff 2024. We'll see you March 20th.